everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I just came in to do an update of a video that I did about a week or so ago about Jackie Christie and her daughter Takari. Now, the reason why I want to do this video is because Takari has taken to social media again concerning her relationship with her mother. But before we get to what Takari said, I wanted to just talk about these two. Because when I was reading your comments from the last videos that I did, they were very interesting. A lot of you said that the reason why Jackie did not like this daughter is because of her dark skin. And you said that she preferred the lighter skinned daughter, Chantel, over this daughter, Takari. And then some of you said that this all stems from the fact that Jackie did not raise this daughter. Now, when I think about this mother and daughter relationship, I just didn't understand why Jackie didn't immediately step up when the grandchild was hurt, because this was not the daughter, it was actually her grandchild. And I never understood that. So I wanted to find out what was the problem, with Jackie and her daughter. And the folks that said that Jackie did not raise this daughter, you guys were correct. From what I'm understanding, from what I read about Jackie, shortly after this daughter was born, this daughter Takari, she was given to Jackie's mother to raise. Now, from what I'm understanding, after that, Jackie went on and she did a little bit of modeling, and she met Doug and they got married. And then, Jackie kind of went on and lived the life of a basketball wife. She traveled with Doug when he was, traveling to play games, and pretty much she was just living that life. Now, like I said in my last video, in the meantime, the grandmother was raising Jackie's daughter. Now, y'all, just keeping it real, there are a lot of grandparents out there who have taken custody or been given custody of their grandchildren, and they are raising them. From what I'm reading, basically Jackie just went on and lived her life, and the grandmother was raising the daughter. Now, I think what happened is when Takari was being raised by her grandmother, she longed for her mother. She wanted to be with her mother. And when her mother, I guess, didn't come for her, to bring her into the home with Doug, and, she lived there with them, I think some animosity set up with Takari. And, you can't help, but feel sorry for her and maybe understand what Takari was feeling watching her mother, with this new family, children, and here she was being raised by the grandmother. As a child, you would wonder, why isn't mommy coming to get me? Now, they kind of touched on this when the daughter was on Basketball Wives. The daughter Chantel also brought up that there was also a thing of Jackie was embarrassed about Takari's complexion, that she was darker and that she was a little chunky. And I think Jackie was embarrassed about the way that her daughter looked, her older daughter Takari. And actually, I think, y'all, when Jackie gave her daughter to her mother to raise, I don't think Jackie bonded with Takari when Takari was little. So now it's easy for Jackie to ignore her because she ignored her when she was little. And I think this is just a big dysfunctional mess, because when kids are given to grandparents and then the parent goes on to have other kids, that child is not going to understand why they're not going to live with mommy and mommy's new family. And it causes all kinds of problems. And I believe that that's what's going on here. Now, it's sad, and I don't think that, they're going to come to any resolution. If they haven't, yet, then it's going to take a lot of work for them to get there, because I think this daughter is 29 or 30 years old, and they have a lot of pent up anger between the two of them and resentment. Jackie resents that now that this daughter is older and able to speak out on what Jackie did or did not do for her, Jackie is going to resent that. And then on the other hand, the daughter resents, you never came and got me. I grew up with grandma, and now you're trying to act like you're living this perfect life when you had me somewhere, stashed away with grandmother out of the public eye because you were embarrassed of me. So they're going to have all kinds of problems. But there was an Instagram post that Takari made today, and basically it is a letter to Jackie. And I'm going to read the letter, and just bear with me, guys, with this letter, because there's not a lot of punctuation, so I'm going to try to get through it, because to me, this is a letter of a sad adult child. So let me just start. It's a little long, so just bear with me. And here it goes. It says, I received a call about 2 months ago. It was my birth father. I had not spoken to him in a few years, but I was happy to hear from him. Before I could say anything, he said, Takari, I'm sorry. Your mother and I chose to be selfish and childish, putting our lives before you, leaving you to feel abandoned in this world. From the bottom of my heart, I apologize. And had it not been for Cora, I don't know what would have happened with you. Takari goes on to say, I cried for 2 days after that call. So much pain and burden had been lifted off of me. All those tears, cuts, and downright awful feelings had been acknowledged, not swept under the rug or labeled an attempt for attention. I had some validation, and what it did for me as a person, as a mother, I cannot describe. The first thing I had to do was let you know. It was over. We were both free. I had not heard from you in 6+ months and had a phone full of ignored texts from birthdays, holidays, and your anniversary. It was not outside of the norm for my texts to go weeks unanswered or completely ignored. It wasn't until my birthday, and you didn't reach out at all, I finally accepted you were mad and making a point. So on this day, honestly, with anger and hurt in my heart, I sent you a text. My dad called and apologized to me for the both of you, his absence and you not accepting me. It was all I ever asked for. So now you don't have to pretend anymore. You don't mess with me, so don't call in a few months acting like you do. Please don't send your sheeps after me either, because I'm done talking and I'm done asking. I didn't expect you to reply, but finally I didn't care. When my son got hurt, I called who I thought it would matter to, Chantel. You have never met my son and haven't seen the others in many years. What is a shock to others is just normal life to us. I'm sorry for the embarrassment my son's accident has brought to you, and hope you can forgive me as I have forgiven you. You have shared your love story, sex tips, coupons, and whatever else you wish to with the world. also publish books for my siblings happily. Yet every mention of me writing a book about myself, I'm threatened with extortion and slander. I know your story is a lot bigger than me, but that's for someone else to tell. I don't know what you think it would take or what it is you think I want to make my story go away. But I can tell you that answer is nothing. I just want to share it. And that was the letter that Takari put on social media to Jackie. Now, just reading that letter, even though she's saying that basically she's done with her mother, that is a hurt child. And it's almost like an abused woman who, goes over her goes over her family's house, and she has a black eye, and everyone is asking her if she's okay, and she says, yes, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, even though you see this black eye on her face. It seems like to me Jackie's daughter is hurt because she wasn't included in Jackie's basketball life family, or just wasn't with her mother, being raised by her mother. When you have that situation, that's going to cause a lot of problems. I have family members of mine who were not raised by their biological mother. They were raised by someone else in our family, and some of them turned out fine, and some of them did not, because they knew that their mother was alive. It's just that for some reason or the other, their mother wasn't able to care for them growing up, and it caused a lot of problems. So I'm not surprised that Jackie and her daughter are having issues. If what everyone is saying and if what I'm reading is true, that shortly after Takari was born, she was given to Jackie's mother, then they have a long road to travel to try to find some, sense of peace between them. And it doesn't seem like Jackie wants to even go there. So I don't think Takari is going to get what she's wanting from Jackie. And for Takari to go on and feel whole, either she's going to have to just let it go, or, well, she can't confront Jackie because Jackie is not, going to have it. It's a sad situation. And situations like this could correct a family for generations, because Takari is a hurt child raising children. So she has to have some issues. Hopefully those issues don't transfer over to her being a good mother to her children. It doesn't seem like they have, but sometimes it manifests itself in other ways. Like I don't know. I don't even want to just put words on what this girl is or is not doing. I just know that just from what I'm reading, I think that Jackie has some making up to do with Takari. I think that Jackie is going to have to cut the bullshit if she ever wants to have a relationship with this adult child now. And she's got to admit her wrongdoing. Because if she left that baby with her mother and never looked back, now when you read the stories of what Takari is saying, that the grandmother struggled with her, with raising her, because Jackie didn't really give financial support, that's bad, And we sometimes want to blame the person that's accusing the celebrity. Like Jackie is the celebrity, and some people are, in my comments were saying stuff like, they're going to wait until all the facts are out. Well, Takari is trying to tell us some of the facts, but it's like, because we know Jackie, we don't want to listen to what her daughter is saying, automatically assuming that the daughter is trying to sully Jackie's name. Now, that's what some of the commenters were saying. Some of the people in my comments were saying, but 80% of you guys were like, hell with whatever. Why isn't she helping the grandchild? I just see this as, again, a very sad situation. And that letter, if you go online to, let's see where I got this from. It was from B. Scott's website. The letter is on there. It's on lovebscott.com. The letter is on there. And if you just take your time and read the letter and read it as a parent, if you're a parent out there and you know how you know your children, and sometimes they'll say one thing, but you have to read between the lines to understand what they're trying to tell you. To me as a mother, and I'm the mother of a child that's about her age, Jackie's daughter's age, and what I see is a hurt adult child. An adult child that's saying, well, I'm an adult now, so I really can't still act like I'm blaming my mother for not coming to get me. Now that I'm an adult, it's all over, but I'm still hurt. That's what I get from it. I get, no matter what, the little Takari inside the big Takari is still hurt. She's mad at her mother. She's mad at Jackie for leaving her with her grandmother and never bringing her to live, on a permanent basis with Doug and, that family. Y'all, this is just a lot. But like I said, a lot of us have families that are complicated like that. And I know in my family, we have more than one situation where a grandmother has raised their child's child. So I have seen it, and I have seen, what happens when that child grows up. So I'm just going to leave it there, y'all. And this is the end of the video, and I thank you for taking the time to listen. I know this one was kind of long, but you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.